Hello everyone, I'm Jeff Stanley with Stanley Handcrafted, and today I want to talk about the importance of getting a reputable candle kit, and of course some of the frustrations that go into just getting into or the beginning stages of candle making. Now this is something that comes up quite a lot in the DIY Facebook group, and that is people getting the wrong stuff when they start out or not knowing what to really get when they start out, and it creates a lot of frustration. And honestly, it's a lot of frustration that can be easily avoided by going to the right places, getting the right stuff, and starting out with a good kit that's basically going to kind of set you off on the right path. Now, of course, when you first jump into this, you have no idea what is a good kit or what's a reputable site. So I'm hoping this video kind of reaches a lot of people who are just getting into this for the first time. I'm hoping that this will be kind of the starting point and not just kind of stumbling across something in a random store out there and picking up what they think is probably a decent kit, only to be frustrated later when nothing works. And of course, what I'm talking about there is running through your basic store. And I hate to call anybody out, but just going through Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Walmart, or just any kind of big box store like that. A lot of those stores come with candle making kits, which carry what you would think would be everything that you need. And most of them do. They're going to have your jars, your wax, your wicks, coloring, fragrance oils, anything like that. But what they don't have in them is quality merchandise. Now, that's not to say that there aren't some out there. I know Hobby Lobby does carry a few items which come from some of the better candle making stores out there, but basically trying to figure out who has what is a real gamble. And the thing you're going to run into with a lot of these kits is you're going to start with like diluted oils or oils that aren't very strong to begin with. You're going to have wicks that aren't properly tested or may not get hot enough for the wax that's in there. And then of course you're going to get to wax, which doesn't really hold the scent that well. It doesn't hold a good amount of oil. And then of course just the burning properties of the wax and some of the wicks that are in there just aren't the highest quality, so you're not going to get a real strong candle out of that. And then of course once you get those home and you start going through doing everything, you make your candles and you start to light them, you basically run into the same issues that you're going to run into with a lot of different waxes, and that's anything from like just uneven tops, sinkholes, to just a candle that doesn't really smell outside of a couple foot radius of the candle. And that's definitely why I wanted to make this video and point out some of the better candle making kits that are out there. There's a bunch of different good supplier websites. I'm going to list a bunch of them in the video description down below. Some of the top ones that jump out are going to be Nature's Garden, Candle Science, and Lone Star. There are definitely more out there, but I picked those three specifically because they have different waxes in their candle making kits. Now, of course, they all sell a bunch of different kits with a bunch of different waxes in them, but I wanted to highlight these because I know their waxes, I know their oils, and I know their customer service and the supplier in general, and they all put out good quality products. The other reason I recommend these guys for getting your first candle making kit is it's going to make your experience jumping into candles a lot easier. The materials that they use are properly tested. You know what you're getting in there. You're going to get a wick that is meant for the tin or the glass jar that you're using, and it's going to be the right wick for the wax that they include. So whether or not you're using a paraffin, joy wax, or soy, they're going to put in the right stuff for that. They're going to put in the oils that are meant for that. They're going to put in the wicks that are meant to burn in that wax. And you're going to end up with a product that you actually like at the end of that. Now, jumping over to Candle Science, they offer a really nice soy candle making kit. And they're using GB464, which is probably one of the most widely used soy waxes out there. And you can get the wax from a lot of different suppliers, but I chose this one just because they have a good kit. It comes with oils, tins, wicks, basically everything that you would need, and good instructions, and I believe videos as well that show you exactly how to do everything through there. Jumping over to Nature's Garden, the reason I chose them is because a lot of people ask about Joy Wax. Joy Wax is a proprietary wax blend only from Nature's Garden. So if you wanted to use that one, you have to get it from Nature's Garden, and they do offer a candle making kit that includes all of that. And again, they have the containers that you need, the wicks that are going to work for it, the oils that are going to be good for it, and again, you're going to end up with a product that actually throws a scent and that you're happy with. The third one that I found was a paraffin candle making kit from Lone Star, and Lone Star again has everything inside there. I've used their oils for years. I've used their waxes, wicks, and pretty much everything from them for years, as well as the other ones, and which is why I would definitely recommend that kit. They offer a paraffin, which I believe is the 4636 paraffin wax, the containers, the pouring pitchers, the thermometers, the wick holders. Everything in there is going to be kind of set up and tested so that you get a good quality product. With these 3 kits, you're not going to end up with candles that are burning too hot, wicks that are underperforming, too small of a flame. They're not going to drown themselves out. And you're also going to get good quality oils so that when you follow the instructions and you go through and you make these candle kits, you're going to get a good solid candle out of this. And going this route with a reputable company, and like I said, there are a bunch more out there, not only Candle Science, Nature's Garden, or Lone Star, but there are a ton of different companies out there that sell great wicks, waxes, oils, everything like that, and they do offer some kits. So definitely look into those. If you're looking at a kit that you're just not sure about, even some of the ones that are on Amazon are not the best quality, so definitely jump over. You can ask in the video description down below. There's a lot of people in there that have used some of those kits, and they can tell you exactly how they perform and what to stay away from. Not only in the video description down below, but the DIY Facebook group is another great place to get in there and kind of ask people what they're using, what they like, what they don't like, and what kits have they had a lot of success with. So that's definitely 2 places to really go to and kind of get some good feedback on what kit to use and what kit to stay away from. One of the big things you're going to see when you get to a kit from a big box store like Walmart, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann, Fabrics, or anything like that is sometimes you'll get waxes that really aren't meant for the containers or even the wicks or oils that they kind of packed in there with that. So you're going to get candles that have a lot of sinkholes. They just don't burn properly. Basically a subpar product, and it's easy to think that you did something wrong when you're working with a product that really wasn't meant to go together. And then of course the other good thing about going with a reputable kit or a kit from one of the bigger suppliers is they actually include everything that you need. So from the thermometer to the pouring pitcher to the stirring utensils to wick holders and everything like that. If you do decide that you want to move to another wax, you still have everything that you need to basically just go to somebody like Wooden Wick and get like a cocoa soy or a cocoa apricot, and then you can use their wax with the oils that you have with all the same utensils that you just got from the previous kit from like Candle Science or something. And that's one thing that you're not going to get with some of the kits that I've seen at some of the other places, Amazon and some of the big box stores, is they have a lot of equipment that you're either not going to reuse. It's not really great thermometers that kind of underperform. I've seen some kits that make you use your own glass pouring pitchers to melt the wax in, like a microwave or something like that. So even though you got a good candle making kit, it comes with a lot of products that you may not be able to use going forward. And any of the kits that I've seen on the good supplier websites have materials or utensils that you're going to continue to use going forward. The only one that I would say you're going to upgrade past that is going to be the pouring pitcher, because they send the little small one, and you're definitely going to want to upgrade to the larger one with that one. But that's an easy transition. And then of course the best thing about getting a kit from some of these places is if you do run into issues, they have good customer service at all 3 places that I mentioned: Lone Star, Candle Science, and Nature's Garden. They've got a lot of people there that can help you answer some of the questions that you have. So if you don't find it through myself in the video description down below or the DIY Facebook group, obviously you're going to reach out to any of those 3 suppliers or any of the suppliers that you bought the kit from, and they're going to be able to tell you everything because they have used all those products and they're the ones selling them. They're the ones putting them together. So you've got good customer service behind that, kind of helping you along the way so that you're not really getting stuck and frustrated when you get to the end of the process. So that was pretty much it on this one. If I've missed any of the good kits that you've used out there, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to try to go through, update the video description so it shows a bunch of the other kits. I know I'm missing a couple. I've seen several that are actually really nice, but I pulled up these 3 because it just dealt with a bunch of different waxes. It dealt with soy, the joy wax, and the paraffin, and I kind of wanted to give people an option or a range to choose from in case you didn't want to use like a soy or a paraffin. You could quickly just jump to another website and choose one of the other waxes. And just like all my videos, if I did miss something or gloss over something that you wanted a little bit more kind of in-depth knowledge on or a little bit more of an explanation to, please let me know in the comments down below. I try to go through and answer every single one. And then if I don't answer down below, the DIY Facebook group is another great place to get a lot of your questions answered. Like I said, there's a lot of people in those groups or in that group that have used a lot of these kits, and they can tell you exactly what to stay away from and exactly what's good and not good as you run around trying to look for a good candle making kit. And if you didn't see in the last video, I've now launched 3 ebooks on how to make candles. So I've got the how to make soy candles, how to make 6006 candles, and how to make joy wax candles. All three of those ebooks are available on my website now. You can find all the links in the video description down below. There's been a lot of good feedback on those. I tried to include as much information as possible. There's actually a little bit more information than even the videos can do sometimes. And I had a lot of people asking for written documentation that they could print out with pictures and formulas, graphs, everything like that. So I tried to put as much into those as possible to make them worth the purchase. If you're looking for something outside of the video, printed forms, something that you can reference and write on, which a lot of people like to do, I've got the links in the video description down below, so definitely jump over, check those out. And if you do pick one up and it's missing something, please let me know and I can go through and I'll update the PDF and then resend it out. Any revisions I make to the PDFs, I automatically move to the website, which should automatically update you, and you can update the new version of the PDF booklet. And again, as always, you can follow me on any of the social media platforms I've listed down below: Facebook, Instagram, my website, my email address if you want to reach out. The DIY Facebook group is still growing like crazy, so definitely jump over there. There's a lot of good information in there. And of course, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and thank you for watching.